What's going on, guys? Hopefully you're all having a good Sunday night. We're having a little bit of a late stream here tonight. It's going on 10 p.m. my time, Eastern time. Just gonna jump on here. We're gonna run through some stocks and some charts and put some stocks on the weekly watch list. Give it a couple moments, let everybody join the room. James, yo, what's your take on long-term positions in ETFs? I never try to predict that far out into the future. I'm the type of investor and trader, I take it a day at a time. Because nobody knows what will happen in the future. Nobody. I don't care who you are. You can get on YouTube, see 2010, 2011, 2012. All these people try to predict what's going to happen, and the market just does something totally different and just goes on a psychedelic run. But we had a pretty crazy week last week, didn't we, guys? Compared to the market's activity the last 3-4 weeks, really nothing was going on. Last week, we've seen a lot of good follow through with a lot of stocks. And a lot of stocks were bouncing as well. For like 2-3 weeks straight, everything would just pop and then fade and fade and fade. No bounce at all. And they would fade so much. And I know a lot of people probably blew up accounts or got hurt because they would buy the dip and it would never come back. So this week, a lot of stuff started bouncing. A lot of stuff. So this weekly watch list is about to be pretty hefty. So we had VIAC was a one that we kept watching and watching. Big sell-off from 100 all the way down to $43. Imagine everybody who bought in all right here, anticipating for it to bounce back up. And this thing just kept fading and fading and fading. From $45 down another almost $10. It faded down even more. Just got tighter and tighter, and now it's starting to get that momentum push up. Coming right back up to the area where I was hanging around right here. So most definitely VIAC still in play. So I have a pad, a paper, and a pen here. I'm going to be writing all this stuff down. VIAC's got a great daily chart. For the most part last week, I was off last week. I would show up every day. I would hang out for maybe 20-30 minutes and I would close it up and be done for the day. Out last week, I really wanted to try to take it easy, kick back, relax, but I still showed up and traded every day. I didn't really participate much in chat because I wanted to get away, relax, reset my mind, and just take it easy. Things were really starting to slow down. I don't want to try to be hanging around all day. I mean, we got spoiled really bad for a year, year and a half. We could sit around all day and opportunities would just be nonstop thrown at us throughout the whole entire day. And we got into that habit of sticking around, Now things are kind of starting to slow back down a little bit, and we're getting back into that time where we trade the first hour and a half, 2 hours of the day, and then we go into lunch hours, things slow down, and then the last hour of the day, we call it power hour. So we're starting to see that routine get back to normal because more and more people are going to blow up accounts. 90% of people ain't going to stick around with this, and things are just slowly going to get back to normal. It's currently April, so we are going to be approaching the summer months here pretty soon. And a lot of you guys have never seen or experienced the slow summer trading months. All the kids get out of school, they're at home. The big money, they're all going on their yachts, their vacation islands. Usually during the summer times, things start to slow down. So take that going forward into the next few months. Get into the habit of showing up, making that money, and closing it up. Don't try hanging around and overstaying your welcome and giving back profits. So Friday we streamed live trading in the Discord, and we had a pretty solid day Friday. And I seen a lot of you guys stuck around because OCGN just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. This thing went on a stellar run from 850s all the way up to 1350. And then you had TKAT had another stellar run too. This thing ran from 24 all the way up to 35. I mean, this is great opportunity out here. Great opportunity. And this is what I'm talking about right here. Let me get my pen. There is good opportunity on this. You could see the first hour of the day right here. You had opportunity right there. And then we went into lunch hours, and this thing went sideways for the next 3 to 4 hours. And then at the end of the day, we got that movement. So think of the stock market in 3 phases. You got your morning phase, your lunch phase, and then the end of the day phase. So there's 3 stages to this. My type of trading and my style, I love being around for the first stage, the morning stage. After that, when 11:30 hits, I want to be done. I want to close it up. I want to go enjoy my day, do whatever I got to do. You know, you shouldn't be, you're your own boss. You're here to make money consistently every day. You don't have to be tied to your computer or the stock market 24/7. You want to protect those gains. That's what your job is, to protect what you make. Am I right? So how many of you guys can honestly say, and I used to do this too, you would make money and you'd make good money and you'd continue to hang around, and then you would start to see setups that were not A plus, and you had that in your mind. Well, I'm already up in profit on the day. I can afford to take a trade on this, and if it doesn't work out, I can afford to take a loss because it's market's money now. This isn't my money. You take the trade, and then that $500 winner turns into a $300 winner. And then you get upset with yourself because you took a stupid trade, you gave back profit, and then something switches in your head and you enter into revenge trading. We've all done it. And this is how you just learn from your mistakes. So Friday, in the Friday chat here, April 24th or April 23rd, 2021, I was done by what, 11 a.m., guys? Done for the day. I closed out Friday. Friday, I closed out up $13,000 just on Friday. Made 13K on Friday. Heck yeah, I'll take that. I'm done. I don't need to get greedy, hang around, and try to shoot for 20K, 25K. Making $13,000 in literally 2 hours. I mean, most people have to make this in 3, 4 months of hard labor at a job that they hate. You guys always see me refer to profits as how long the average Joe it takes them to make this, because the opportunity in the stock market is insane, crazy. Once you start getting a hang of this, you have that opportunity to just make stupid money out here. Stupid money. I'm getting there. This is starting to be stupid money that I'm consistently starting to make every day. And all that hard work, I've been doing this for 5 to 6 years. When you're first starting out, a lot of people, they don't want to study. They don't want to dedicate time to studying and obsessing over the process and learning all the insides of the stock market and day trading. They want to get on YouTube. They want to put the videos on playback speed ×2, ×3 to quickly run through them and get what they want and move on. Or they think there's a magic indicator or a trading strategy that's out there that's going to make them all the money in the world. What it all comes down to is psychology and emotions. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And you have to emotionally condition yourself to hold size, to hold on to winners, to cut losers, showing up every single day, learning from your mistakes, not being hard on yourself. It's a never-ending process. So last week, I was off from the chat. I went 5 for 5 last week. 5 for 5. Monday through Friday, all green. Thursday, I closed out 13K. Thursday, jump to this. April 22nd, I made 5.5K. $5,500. So already, what are we at? 15, I'll just say 18K in 2 days. I don't know why it keeps zooming in that close. So 5K on Thursday. Wednesday, April 21st. Right here, I'm done. Posting, I'm probably done at probably 10 a.m., 10:30. I keep bringing it to this other browser to make the picture bigger. So there's another 4.4K locked away in the bank. So that's 23K now for the week in 3 trading days. And what I'm doing, I'm just showing up, making profit, walking away. Showing up, making profit, walking away. And it adds up. Even if you don't have those home run days, a day like this, for making 4,000, 5,000, that's not a home run day for me. That's just another regular day. So when you do have those big days where you make 13K, 15K in a day, those are home run days for me. That makes up for the whole, that's like a bonus. And these profits add up over time. So there's Wednesday. We're at 23K now. Tuesday. I was just in here trying to search for it. On Tuesday, this was on the 20th. Yep, it's right here. Mr. Wolf. April 20th. April 20th, I killed it. April 20th, I made $19,354. So another 20K on top of the 23K. That's 44K in 4 trading days. Last day we got now is Monday. Monday, I posted April 20th. I did not post my P&L Monday, April 19th. I only traded 2 times, 1 for 2, walked away up almost 12K. Here is the order since I can't post the P&L. Made 22K on CMMB, lost almost 10K on WHLM. I was anticipating a bounce from the open, it just never happened. I also held onto these for a couple hours. Like I said, I am not at my desktop, so these was swings. And this was Monday when I told the guys I was stepping away from for a week to take it easy. So we were at 44K. I made 12K here. That's $56,000 in 1 week, guys. $56,000 in 1 week. That's $56,000 in 1 week, guys. The average Joe out here has to work 1 whole year to make what I just made in 1 week. Now, my job is to protect what I made last week. That's the big important part, and that's where a lot of people screw up and mess up. They make money, and then they get cocky, they get a big ego. They get a big ego, and then they be very aggressive. They scale up and size up way too fast and aggressive, and then they blow their load on one trade. And then they give back 30, 40, 50, 100% on one stupid trade or one miserable trading day. And it's like you guys hear me say, you can be consistently profitable every single day, every day. And all it takes is for one bad day to destroy a whole week, a whole month, or multiple months worth of work. So you constantly always got to be monitoring your thoughts throughout the trading day. Remember, guys, anybody can be a trader because all it takes is a click of a button. Anybody can buy and sell. Anybody. Remember that. I call it stupid money. It really is. But I worked my butt off to get up to that level. It just didn't happen overnight. It didn't. I used to tell myself I'd be happy if I could pull out at least a couple $100 a day. Well, when you start off, you start pulling in a couple $100 a day, then you start to get bored with it. You start to challenge yourself. All right, well, instead of pulling in a couple hundred, let me pull in a couple more $100 a day. Then you start pulling in $500 a day. And then you do that for so long, then you start to get bored and content with making only $500 a day. You see that there's so much more opportunity out there. And you're building a big bankroll by being consistent like that. So you challenge yourself. All right, instead of making $500, let's start making $600, $700 a day. And that you just slowly start to scale up, and you do it responsibly. You just don't 1 week make 500 and then scale up and try to make 1,000 the next week. I like to try to take it by months. So I try to prove to myself that if I can consistently pull in profits for 4 straight weeks, if I can consistently and comfortably pull in good profits for 4 straight weeks, then the 5th week, I level up. And on the 5th week, that whole week, I have to consistently and profitably and comfortably pull in profits with that new size. If I fail to, I have to restart back at my previous size. We got a big week ahead, guys. Like Rich C says, there's a lot of opportunity on the table. A lot of opportunity. I think this week's going to be really, really good to us. So get a good night's rest tonight, guys. And then let's show up tomorrow ready to rock and roll. I'm going to be back in the chat. We're going to be in the Monday chat. And we're going to get out there and we're going to get it. So stocks that we're going to be having on watch going into next week. We try to do this every Sunday. Last Sunday I didn't do it because I already knew I wasn't going to be around that much for the whole week. I hope you guys did all right last week. I kept trying to poke an eye in the chat throughout the week to see how you guys were doing last week. But we had TKAT, multiple opportunities last week. Friday, we streamed live. I gotta start recording our live streams on Fridays for you guys to go back and rewatch them, because there's a lot of good valuable lessons. Our Friday live stream, guys, we killed it, and we went over and covered a lot of good topics, educational topics. There's also one more thing I want to show you guys. And another thing, you guys don't see me out here on social media flexing my profits. I'm not about that. I'm really not. The only place I really ever flex my profits is every day in chat with you guys. So you guys, it's a good role model to look up to. I created this whole thing, so why not show what I'm doing out here to motivate you guys? I'm not real big in flexing my P&L on social media because it attracts all the wrong people. You're going to have trolls, people who just want to follow you. You know, at one point I did only post all my profits on social media, and I quickly realized that was the wrong way to go. Real fast. Just had a bunch of just negative people wanting to follow you, and then they start to depend on you. So like on StockTwits, see, I would go through here and I would just post my profits every single day. Every day I'd post it. And I just stopped because people just, they think it's an overnight success. You know what I mean? They don't want to put in that work. And a lot of you members that been here for a moment, you guys know how much work you have to put into this. And I know you guys can see the potential in the success that you can have with the stock market. I mean, sky's the limit. There's nowhere else in the world you can go to make this kind of money. Nowhere. The only other place you can make this kind of money is either in real estate or gambling at the casino. But gambling at the casino, you're much more at a disadvantage. And I can clearly see why a lot of people look at the stock market as an online casino. But if you honestly look at it, guys, yeah, the stock market is an online casino, but the odds are in your favor. You're the house. You can patiently sit there and wait for those risk versus reward setups to come to you. At the casino, you can't really do that. The house always wins at the casino. In the stock market, and I know you've guys seen it, there are a lot of people out there that just throw their money in the stock market foolishly. We see it every day. Every day. So I wanted to show this real quickly to you guys real quick. I was trying to draw up a poll throughout last week, and the poll was, what do you struggle with as a trader? Is it reading charts, trading setups, psychology and emotions, risk management, over trading, or cutting losers? So let's see what the results are. I let this poll run for a whole week. And I like doing these types of polls because you guys know me. I'm all about mass psychology and crowds, human nature, emotions, and all of that stuff. And I'm a big observer of people. Big observer. You know, I could be in a room filled with people and I really won't say anything. I'm a quiet person, but I'll just quietly just watch the environment, you know, see people and their reaction and how they act around other people. And if you have those observant skills, you'll thrive in the stock market. You really will. So let's see the results here. We had a total of 53 votes. And the top one, that most, we had 15 votes, 28%. What do you struggle with as a trader? And most say trading setups. That was number one. Followed by a very close psychology and emotions. Third, reading charts. Fourth, risk management. Fifth, over trading. Last one, cutting losers. So just by the view of this, trading setups, number one, that what do a lot of people look for? They're always looking for those trading setups, those strategies. If you probably get on Google Analytics and keyword research, there's going to be a lot of day trading strategies, day trading setups. There's not many people that actually learn and dig into psychology and emotions because they don't want to. And that's the key right there. That's the key to this whole thing, is psychology and emotions. It's not the trading setups. It's the psychology and the emotions. Because how are you going to have, you could have the best trading setup given to you, but you don't have that emotional intelligence, knowing yourself to trade that style and strategy. So you have to emotionally condition yourself. And this is why I'm a big believer in teaching you guys, the members, to be your own trader. I could give you guys all of my trading setups and all of my alerts, but what good is that going to do for you? What good is it going to do for you? It's going to do you no good. And then if I ever go on vacation, like I did last week, you're left standing there with your hands in your pocket. You can't even pull money out of the market because you're relying on somebody. So you much rather be more self-efficient, pull money out on your own. And that's why these gurus, that's why they don't ever teach you about psychology and emotions. They only try to teach you about trading setups, trading styles, trading strategies. Maybe they'll mix it up and they'll throw in candlesticks and learning about volume. But a lot of them will not teach you about psychology and emotions because they need you to rely on them at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to. So that was a pretty interesting pull. And it just goes to show that's all people rely on. They think it's the trading setups that are broken. It's not the trading setups, it's you. All right, so going into next week, we're going to keep eyes on TKAT. And this is just going to be our weekly watch list. Every Sunday, we try to compile a big list of stocks, back burner stocks that we want to keep eyes on all of the upcoming week. That way, when Monday comes around, we have the stocks that are gapping up on the gap scanners. And then let's say we don't like none of those setups, or they have a quick pop and they fade off. They're not in play. We have a back burner list we can fall back to for any potential opportunity out there in the market. So TKAT, I'm going to add that to my list. And don't worry, guys, I will post this list in the Monday chat as well. We also had BTX. Had two good days, three good days last week, running from $8 all the way up to $19. So that's a good $11 run here within a few days. Friday it ran from $11.50 all the way up to $19. Heck yeah, most definitely we'll be keeping an eye on this bad boy. So BTX, we'll write that one down. And then everybody's been loving this Playboy, PLBY. Playboy has just been performing ever since Easter. I mean, look at that 10-minute. From March 5th. I mean, this thing's been on a rise from 12 all the way up to 50. It's a newer IPO as well, so every time it makes a new high, it's hitting an all-time new high. People love stocks that make all-time new highs. I mean, look at all the levels and all the volume every single time this stock makes a new high. I mean, these volume levels are at extremes right here. And we all know how much Playboy can rip. I mean, this thing can rip dollars. Look at this bad boy. From $35 all the way up to $46. An $11 move to the upside in one day. This is why I love these medium cap stocks. They can move a lot. And you don't really need to pick up many shares of a stock like this to make good money. I mean, you even pick up a couple hundred shares of this, stock rips up $5. I mean, that's $1,000 in your pocket right there for just picking up a couple hundred shares. Instead of paying attention to those super nano small cap stocks at 5 pennies, you have to buy 500,000 shares. You know, think about it, guys. The more shares you have to buy of something, the more you're putting yourself at risk. So Playboy, pushing up to that $50. Very nice. We're going to be keeping that on watch going into next week. The Big Comeback King, MVIS. This thing is just insane. We drew a big wedge on this bad boy right here. It fell down below that wedge, came all the way back up to it, reclaimed back inside the wedge, and ripped all the way up to the top level of this wedge from $9.50 all the way up to $19. Jeez, what a rip on this thing. 3 days. 3 days right here. It took for it to do that. Big rip right here. Consolidation day right here. Friday, there's your big run. Look at all that volume in on it all day Friday compared to Thursday and Wednesday. MVIS from 1350 all the way up to 19 on Friday. I kept glancing over in the chat on you guys on Friday. You guys were in here all day Friday, killing it. You guys were on it. I even popped in one more time here on Friday, and Dub told me you guys had it all under control. You guys were taking care of business, so I was like, all right, peace. Let's see if I could find it. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I said TKAT. I posted the chart. And Dub said, we be in it, Wolf. Go to the couch. And I said, what a rip. Great stuff. Good job. Okay, bye. And then I posted my peppy and walked away. Yeah, you guys were on it Friday and killing it. So MVIS, most definitely we're going to keep that on watch. OCGN, I think that this is about done for. I don't think it may go higher. I don't know. I think it's overcrowded. I don't really want anything to do with it, but I will keep it on watch the following days for any potential bounce opportunities. So this even had a good run, but OCGN, what was the volume on it? $500 million shares was traded on Friday on OCGN. So you have 500 million in volume on OCGN. It moved from 850 to 1350. That's a $5 move to the upside compared to MVIS moved from 1350 all the way up to 19, and the volume on the day on this one had 117 million. So that just goes to show you right there, guys. I try to stay away from those super overcrowded stocks because it leads to randomness. A stock like what was that one? OCGN, 500 million in volume, and it pushed up $5. Yeah, that's a good move, but MVIS had ×4 less volume, and this thing pushed up even more. MVIS pushed up what, $6, $7 with times 4 less volume. It was what did I say? 117 million in volume. MVIS did for the day. OCGN had 500 million in volume on the day. What's going on, Jeff M? Jeff N? Welcome to the chat. Frank Sadler, very excited for this week. Learned a lot over the weekend. Awesome. Keep growing and learning every day. All right, so we covered BTX, PLBY, MVIS, OCGN, TKAT. I'm also watching VIAC. Now I gotta get into... want to go over my last weekly watch list to see if those stocks are still in play, add or removing. So CMMB, I'm going to keep this on my watch list because, I mean, look at it on this 10-minute here. It's got a nice little wedge it's setting up right here. This thing has shown in the past that it's a big ripper. I mean, this thing can rip $25, $50 in one day. So you best believe I'm going to keep this type of stock on watch. And I know other people are going to keep a stock like this on watch. This is where you can make your big money. Like your big money to where one trade could make your whole year. So we have range on this thing from $25 to $74. This thing maybe in the future could get that push to $100. We don't know. So I'm going to keep tabs on it and see how this thing plays out. I mean, look at it here on this day 5 days ago. Right here. From the open, from 26, it ripped all the way up to $40. Pulled back to $34 and then ran all the way up to $46. So you have a $12, $15 move to the upside right here. So I'm going to keep that on my weekly watch list. DISCK along with DIS, what was it? DISCA, the Discovery Channel stocks, all with that VIAC. These are the ones that had that big sell-off. And they're just starting to come back. So keeping tabs, staying familiar with these stocks or used to their personality over the course of this whole sell-off here, and then even days after, we kept monitoring it, keeping eyes on it. We have alerts all set at different levels. We're familiar with the personality and the way the stock likes to move. I mean, look at this nice run here all day from $29.50 all the way up to $32.50 the whole day. I think that this stock it's getting ready for a nice pop to the upside. It's starting to gear back and pull back right now, so keep close eyes on it, guys. COIN was the new IPO. This thing opened up at 340, 350, and it's just been a straight downhill all the way down below 300. This thing could have a good snap on it as well. We've been seeing a lot of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and NFT, non-fungible token stocks have been really heating up and taking off. And we all know how trendy the stock market is. So stay on top of the trends, guys. So I'll keep COIN on my list. Another one I had on my list was this UTME. I mean, this thing was a big ripper right here. Look at that. This thing nonstop right here just ran up from 11. It ran all the way up to $46, pulled back to $23, and then ran all the way up to $105. I know you all remember UTME. This was an insane day right here. And that's the opportunity, guys, in the stock market. These stocks can be life-changing moves. This is why I tell you guys, I don't tie my money up holding onto stocks for weeks and months. That's long-term portfolio stuff. I'm here for opportunity every day. So every night, I want to make sure I'm cash. I get a much better night's rest knowing that I am cash. I don't have to stress about waking up and have no positions on cash. It's the best way to go. And you just wait for those opportunities. And when they present themselves, you're able. So UTME, I'm just going to keep it on my weekly watch list just in case it ever pops up again. FUBO. This thing's been in a downtrend for quite some time. It does look like it's trying to gear up, potentially test that top resistance line in the downtrend. Yeah, we can keep FUBU on the watch list for sure. I mean, there are just so many plays and opportunities out here. There are just so many. PLTR, I mean, this thing's even been a good ripper as well. Going back here, zooming in, this thing loves giving opportunities in the morning. Here from 2190 running up to 2250. From 23 ripping up to 2350. This thing loves spiking in the morning. Every morning it loves to spike and rip up. I mean, even GameStop has been popping recently as well. Got a nice on the 10-minute here. Something's forming up right here. You could slap a line right on that bad boy right there. We all know how much GameStop loves to just randomly pop and surge. CLOV, up, this is still in play. But we're going to keep that on the weekly watch list. Playboy, DKAT. Let me add these other stocks to it. BTX, MVIS, VIAC, OCGN, SYPR. This thing popped off Friday. We were watching this during the live stream. We were watching it all up in here. And it was setting up for something. But we got scared away on it. This thing honestly blew the expectations, or blew what I thought was going to happen out of the water. I thought this thing was going to set up and fail and just fall off the rest of the day. Because I seen everybody got trapped right there with the death candles. But this thing continued to hang around and slowly but surely worked its way back up to that $4 level. Reclaimed $4 right there. And from 4 rips all the way up to almost 6. So good opportunity there on SYPR if you were able to take advantage of it. Real fast, just up and then right back down. If it falls down below $4, it's over with. But I'm not going to keep this stock on my list. I think it's just going to slowly fade out. What I think happened, shorts got overly aggressive on this and they just got squeezed. That's all that happened. RAIL. Rail. All right, so we had a run here from 3 all the way up to almost $8. Pulls back down. Gets a nice rounding bottom here. Right there. 475. Right back up near its highs. Keep it on watch. I'm going to add it to the weekly watch list. Break up over 750. This thing could, it likes, I'll take it in like 50-cent intervals. Like every 50 cents is going to act as support resistance with this type of stock. APTO. This could make a comeback. Back up to maybe 570s, but I don't really see it getting back up to its highs. You could keep tabs on it. The float on it's on the bigger side at 84 million. I'd look for it to reclaim. It has to reclaim 550. If it can reclaim 550 and hold, then it could start building up and testing that 650, and then high of day. So you could just throw it on the back burner and see what comes of it. That's what I'll do. I'll throw it on my back burner. CREG. Trying to run through these stocks as quickly as possible just to either add them or throw them on my list. CREG is a low float stock. This gets up over $10. This thing could start ripping. It's worth throwing it on and seeing what comes of it. AFMD, good breakout from right here. From 1040s all the way up to 1140. Pushing new highs. New multi-year highs. It hasn't been this high since 2015. Again, it's a bigger float stock at 100 million. But we're into earnings season, so we gotta take whatever market gives us. PLUG. On that daily chart, this thing had just got beaten down. Yeah, I want to keep tabs on this. PLUG, this could potentially be a good swing trade in the future. FCEL, same thing, just like plug. All these electric car stocks have been pulling back and pulling back for months. ETN. This is more of a bigger picture type play. This stock has been up for weeks. Somebody's waiting for this thing to crumble and fall down. Oh, we also had SKLZ last week. This stock went on a very nice run from 1250 all the way up to 19. So, and it's popping back up and gearing up for potential retest of highs. So SKLZ, I want to stay familiar with this one. What was that other one? There was SKLZ and another one. What was it? No, I might have it here somewhere. SKYT is the other one. This is a newer IPO. This opened up 3 days ago from 14.30. This ran all the way up to almost 22. So I'm going to keep SKYT on the back burner. So I can add SKLZ and SKYT. We got GBOX. Thanks, DNA Investments. Alright, so GBOX. This is getting really, really tight. We were watching this on Friday. Friday, we said this 10-minute looked really good. You could see what the moving average is. It's getting really, really tight. So this thing, and it's at a big psychological level, $10. So from 10, this thing could rip back up to 10.50. I mean, it could rip $13, $14. Let me see something here. What I like to do. 50% from that high down to the low, right here at 1378. So 50% bounce opportunity from the low to the high right here. That's where it could push up to. Now watch, take a mental note, take a screenshot of this chart right here on my screen with the green line. We'll come back later on next week and we'll see, watch. I bet you stock comes right up to that green line and touches it. If not, goes over it and exceeds it. So we'll have this stock on watch for that. This is where you create your alert. Trade price increases to alert activated. We got someone saying INTC. Now I see your comment in the YouTube comments. It's a big gap down for INTC. It's Intel. So you know Intel is a juggernaut. I would say don't jump the gun yet. Don't be that guy that just jumps in on it because it's lower. Wait for it, because look what's been happening. Like VIAC. You don't want to be that guy that on a big sell-off like that, be like, oh wow, this is a discount, and just get in on it, and then 2 months go by and you're still holding on to it. And if you were a bit more patient, you could have got it at an even more discounted price. You know, that's like a Black Friday deal right there. And look at, now it's starting to gear up. Now, would you much rather be sitting comfortably, getting in at the Black Friday deal? Or now you're just at that break-even point and you're hoping, oh man, I hope that this shoots back up over where I bought in. I've been holding on to it for a couple months. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Patience pays in this game. So just keep that in mind with Intel. Intel is a juggernaut. We all know it. They're not going anywhere. Technology is the future. So, yeah, I like INTC. Just keep tabs on it. TYHT, that's a good runner. Up on a low volume, though. It's been up now for 6 straight days. I don't want to be that guy buying at the top. Good move, though. Good move from 5 to 8. Very nice. TDC, nice run up. Yeah, that could have a good push as well. Bit too high priced for me. You'd have to be more into options to trade this high priced. Could still see it push potentially back up though to 56, 55. Oh yeah, and then MUDS. It's trying to come back. Keep MUDS on watch for a potential squeeze. This thing could easily rip right back up to 14. It's trying right now, currently right now as we speak. It's trying to gear up and squeeze and rip those shorts faces right off. You guys know my favorite GIF for shorts. Shorts just completely get their faces ripped off when they see that chart and the stock just goes parabolic. That's the one thing that I love searching for, are short squeezes. Because the moves can just be so explosive. And you see it and you load up, and when it happens, oh, it's payday. Even NKLA had a good move last week. Look at that big surge. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. You see how it trended down for so long right here? Trended down, trended down. Now it finally, look at that surge. From 950, surges all the way up to almost $13 in one day. Right here. And it's set up really nice too. All these days right here. Here, it continued to sell off and went sideways, making all those multiple bottoms. The next trading day, it retests that bottom. Yup, we bottomed out. Grind it all the way up, accumulation. This was accumulation day right here. The next day, morning dip, boom. That's so explosive. That's like, man, 1050 to 1150. Pulls back, rips up to 12, then shimmies all the way up to almost 13. All within from 1020 to 1120. So for an hour straight, this stock just went on a tear. Just completely ripping shorts faces off. They look at that chart. Ah, I got a cover. Then they gotta pay short borrow fees. They gotta pay margin call, all that good stuff. That's what a lot of people, they don't understand. That's what happened with GameStop. You know, it wasn't a pump and dump. It was a gigantic short squeeze. And we see this type of stuff all over in the stock market. And if you guys know me and you follow me, this is what I also call the what, guys? The double whammy. You got shorts covering, they have to buy to cover their position. And then you have retail traders and coming in and entering in on the long side. You got that double whammy. When you have that double whammy, that's what leads to these gigantic big surges right here. So that's where I see opportunity. That's where I'm always on the look. And I'm always, once you understand and learn how a short likes to think and how they look at charts and how longs like to think and how they look at charts. You know, you look at the majority of longs, they lose money consistently because they're always chasing resistance. They're always buying at the top. Shorts, they're always chasing support. They're trying to get in at that support for that crack through the floor for the drop into the pit. Yeah, we got a big upcoming week of earnings. Never know when the next short squeeze will be. You just have to patiently wait. Who's a fan of reading the Market Wizards books? If you haven't read any of the Market Wizard books, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of really good quotes in those books. Quotes like, trading should be effortless, like walking over to the other side of the room and picking money up off the floor. And when you read through it, you don't really take it in. But when you just sit and let that statement sit in your head and reflect on it, you're like, yeah, you know what? He's right. How many times have I lost money getting all excited right when that market opens and clicking the buy button because I got FOMO. I got caught up in the hype. And then how many times have I easily made money by just patiently waiting? 10:30, 10 o'clock rolls around. See an A plus setup. Pull the trigger. You got a great risk versus reward. And your plan played out. There's a lot of good books out there. Confessions of a Market Maker, that's another good one. I've read a lot of books. I still read a lot of books. If you guys are in the Discord here, I have a books chat and I've posted every single book that I had on my phone that I personally read myself. Look right there, the little book of Market Wizards. Not only do I have it on my phone, I have a physical copy of it too. Winning Methods of the Market Wizards. Trading in the Zone. This is a book that from time to time, I always go back and revisit. These books like Trading in the Zone and Trading for a Living, always try to go back and re-listen to these books. These books are for free on YouTube. They're like 4-hour audiobooks. There's no way you're going to consume and digest all that information in one sitting. So it's the saying goes, you read a book, the more you read it over and over, the more you'll learn from that book because you'll pick up on different things that you overlooked through that first read or that second read and that third read. So, like, let's say if I fall into a rut or, you know, I had a losing trade or I had a string of losing trades, I always try to go back and re-listen to Trading in the Zone, Trading for a Living to get my mind right, you know. It really helps, guys. It does. And I had that advantage when I was just starting out. I was working a job. I was working 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, but I was able to put headphones in my ears and throughout my whole workday, I was just able to listen to YouTube videos and audiobooks, and that helped me out tremendously. Tremendously. But there's all kinds of really good books in here that you guys should check out. Really good books. That's in the books chat. And then this was a good read too, Dark Pools. Not many people know about that one. And then right here, book recommendations. I have 29 PDF books in here for free. All these books, from Fibonacci analysis, techniques of tape reading, step-by-step trading, how I made $2 million in the stock market. All of these PDF books for free. And then I also have 20 audio books in here for free. So I tell you guys, go through all these channels. You'll be surprised what I have in here. I have a lot of good stuff in here that I've packed into this server over the course of the last 3 years. Yep, Chat with Traders is a good one too. Yep, Jack D. Swagger, Sharp Dual Streams. Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. That's like, you'll hear a lot of people say that's like the day trader's Bible, the Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. I mean, I've made a video on Jesse Livermore. I mean, that dude was a G for real. I mean, that guy made millions, hundreds of millions, lost it all, made back all those hundreds of millions, lost it all. I mean, he did that over and over again. And at the end, you know, you got to think about the psychological effects that does on your mind. You're making millions and hundreds of millions in the stock market, losing it, making it all back, and then the final time when he lost it all again, there's no way he could just go to an average job and just work for the average pay. There's no way. No way. But it was a shame, and there's a lot of tragedy in that family. Not only did Jesse Livermore kill himself, his son killed himself. Yeah, there's a lot of tragedy in that family. We also have WKHS. This thing popped off. It's still setting right back up for another opportunity. So there's a lot of opportunity out here, guys. A lot of opportunity. WKEY, even this had a few good pops on it last week. XXII, nice grind. I bet you there were a lot of people who swung that OCG end over the weekend. DLPN. This is another NFT related stock, I believe. This one went from $9.50 all the way up to $13. From 145 235. So 40 minutes this thing ran up right here. I'll add DLPN to my weekly list as well. See, there was a bunch of stocks here that were on my scanner throughout the week. EBET had that sick sell-off. The esports technologies. It's a newer IPO. I mean, this thing had a sick sell-off. I want to keep tabs on that, see what comes of it. This TIRX, I mean, this thing just got demolished. Look at that. From 97 all the way down to 12. And it's just still getting driven into the ground. Very scammy company. I wouldn't trust this company. Cost could even be setting up for something. This could get a good snap right up to 23. Wow. CVM. Good run from 2050 all the way up to 28. ALKT, this was a newer IPO. See, look at that. I mean, you could just see it here in the chart. A lot of people probably don't see it, but you can connect it right here. Makes a nice wedge. And it went sideways. Now it's starting to lift up off that and hold back. Almost to the area where it broke out from right there. Now it's starting to lift right back up. Super light volume on it though. FSR. A good $1 range on this. This as well has a wedge on it. Right there. So this could break 14. From this 14 area, it could run right back up to 1450 easily. Just have to be patient with it. A big thing that I always ask myself when I'm looking at a chart or thinking about a trade, I ask myself, okay, is this a day trading opportunity or is this a swing trade opportunity? It's a day trade opportunity. Okay, how long? It's a swing trade opportunity. Okay, how long? There are different setups out there, and you guys in chat have seen me put stocks on swing trade alert, and then the whole day it just move and push up the whole entire day. All right, I got my list for the week. I'll be sure to post it in the Monday chat for you guys, so you guys can prepare for the upcoming week. And then thanks to Hornswoggle posted all the upcoming earnings for this upcoming week. So it looks like we're going to be getting into more and more earnings. Watch for volume to continue to be distributed in multiple areas in the market. All right, that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Thanks for joining me and hanging out with me on this Sunday night. I hope you guys had a great weekend. get a good night's rest, prepare for tomorrow, Money Monday. We got a new week filled with opportunity just ahead of us. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Join the Trading Learning 101 community where we all grow as traders and investors, and be a part of the Wolf Pack. If you go down into the video description, I have a bunch of links. You could join the Discord if you'd like. You could also subscribe to the channel and become